Your bass sounds like a kazoo, your doors rattle at every red light, and you're about to spend $300 on speakers that still won't hit hard. Here's the truth. You don't need a giant box eating your trunk space. A powered underseat subwoofer gives you real bass in about an hour of work, and today I'm walking you through exactly how to mount one, wire one, and tune one so it actually sounds right the first time. Let's talk about where this subwoofer lives. Most powered subs are built flat and slim specifically to slide under a front seat. Before you touch a single wire, pull that seat back all the way, get down there with a flashlight, and measure the gap. You're checking for seat rails, wiring harnesses, and airbag sensors under the seat. Hit one of those wrong and you've got a real problem. Once you know it fits, don't just shove it in loose. Use the included bracket or heavy Velcro strips rated for weight, because a subwoofer sliding around under braking is both annoying and dangerous. Now for power, and this is where people mess up constantly. You need 4 wires running, constant 12 volts straight to the battery, a switched ignition wire so it turns off with the car, a solid ground bolted to bare metal, and a remote turn-on wire tapped from your head unit or factory amp. Skip the battery run and try to steal power from a nearby fuse, and you'll starve the amp exactly when it needs current most, during bass hits. Run that main power wire through the firewall using an existing grommet, not a fresh hole, and always fuse it within 18 inches of the battery. That fuse is what saves your car if that wire ever shorts against the chassis. Signal is the last piece, and it decides whether the subwoofer sounds clean or sounds like mud. If your head unit has a subwoofer output or RCA preamp output, use it every time. That gives you a clean, isolated bass signal. If you're stuck with a factory stereo with no RCA jacks, you'll need a line output converter tapped into your rear speaker wires, which basically translates speaker-level signal into something the sub-amp can read properly. Route these signal wires on the opposite side of the car from your power wire. Run them together and you'll pick up engine noise as an annoying whine through your bass. Here's how you confirm everything's actually working before you button the seat back up. Grab a cheap multimeter, set it to DC volts, and check your constant and switched wires read close to your battery voltage. No multimeter, no problem, a test light works too. Next, before final mounting, power the whole system up loose and play a bass-heavy track. Listen for rattling first, that's usually a loose screw or trim panel, not the sub itself. Then check the gain knob on the amp, start it low, turn the volume on your head unit to about 75%, and slowly bring the gain up until distortion just starts, then back it off slightly. That's your clean ceiling. Set your low-pass filter around 80 Hz so the sub only handles the deep stuff and your regular speakers keep the mids and highs crisp. Finally, tuck every wire away from moving seat rails, zip-tie the slack, and slide that seat back to test full range of motion before you call it done. I have shared Amazon links to the best underseat powered car subwoofers, so make sure you check them out for the best deals ongoing right now. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment with what car you're installing this in and what subwoofer you picked. I read every single one. Smash that like button if this saved you a trip to the car audio shop, and subscribe.